Riled Kitty! Hello everyone, welcome back to Riled Kitty, and today we are going to be doing, I almost said playing.
Not playing?
But no, we're not playing anything today. We're doing a Resident Evil 4 game review. So we're going to review what we thought of the game, give it our final ratings, and then just talk about
we're just keeping it casual.
What things we liked,
and
new and
comparing
improved,
it against
things
the original.
that we didn't like, that we wished had just stayed the same.
Yeah. And this is just a casual conversation. We didn't script this or anything. I took a couple notes because there was some stuff I didn't want to forget. But yeah, we're just having a discussion.
Yeah.
No pressure. So I guess we should say first, we played it for the PS5.
And if you haven't watched that series, you should go check it out. But don't click off this
we'll
video
link it.
yet.
We'll link to the playlist at the start of this video, so you can go check it out if you want.
Yeah, there are spoilers in this video, so if you want to play the game, haven't, or want to go watch our series,
definitely
go do that, because there are spoilers.
This is not a spoiler-free review, so if you don't want spoilers, click away. Click away now. We probably shouldn't be actively telling people to stop watching our video, but we don't want them to be mad at us.
Exactly. We don't want people to have spoilers.
All right, so let's talk about a couple things right off the bat. Things they changed pretty drastically. So first of all, you can walk and shoot at the same time in the GameCube one, and we'll just refer back to the GameCube one because that's the one we played the heck out of. That was the original. You had to when you aimed your gun, you had to you were fixed in place. You could kind of turn, but so the enemies are a lot faster now too.
They are.
They're way faster. So that was I don't know. What do you think? That's probably a good improvement, right?
I guess.
To be able to walk and shoot at the same time. The other things I noted definitely changed was crafting.
Yes, they did change, and now
because now you can craft.
You could find resources too.
Yep. And it kind of gave you a little bit of some flexibility around what kind of ammo you wanted. So I actually kind of liked the crafting.
Yeah.
Although I will say
it was pretty good.
I will say I never felt like I had this. And maybe this is just because it was the first time we played. And when I went back and I was laughing, I looked at some clips from our GameCube playthrough. At the Krauser battle, I had so much ammo. So I don't know why the ammo, maybe I just am terrible. If I played it a couple more times, I'd have a lot more ammo towards the end. But I felt like I never had any ammo in the game.
And you actually had to be buying health. Yeah,
I never did that in the GameCube version. I played that version so many times. Maybe the first time I played it, I did have to buy health, maybe. I'm just forgetting. Charms, that was new.
Oh yeah, charms.
We didn't do much with charms because we were trying to not spend too much time in the shooting range. But
yeah, I did not like how the charms did not match the villagers at all. But it was great little look back to the bottle caps.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, that was kind of the replacement. Although actually, we didn't even look at this arcade. There is a menu where you can buy bonus stuff, and that did have figures, kind of like the bottle caps you could purchase with CP. I don't know what exactly CP stood for, but you'd earn those at the end of every chapter.
Huh.
Spinels for trading. You didn't sell them, you traded them, which was kind of interesting. I wasn't super crazy about the stuff you could trade for the Spinels, but that was interesting. And then the treasures, a lot of similarities, a lot of similar treasures, although the whole kind of jewel combo thing I think that was new. I don't remember that from I think he kind of had to, and maybe it was, maybe I'm forgetting. I'll have to go back and double check. And then the other thing I noted too that was a little bit different was the whole Ashley kind of close far functionality where you couldn't make her stop somewhere, which I don't know if I liked that or not. I kind of liked the ability to leave her behind. You could, there was a couple areas where there was lockers and stuff you could ever get into, but it wasn't the same as the original.
Yeah.
And I'll say too, a lot less wacky set pieces. So things like the guys on that crazy machine with the spinning spikes, and the garbage mini game where you'd pick up the guys at the crane, and dump them in the garbage chute. There's a lot less weird stuff like that, which was a little unfortunate because those actually were. I thought those were so funny how much time they put into all those, just one-off wacky scenarios in the original game.
I know, the person who animated that big thing, the big machine that would come through, must have had a good laugh when they realized it was only less than a minute long.
They're only going to use it one time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the changes. I don't know. What do you think? Overall, good changes or just kind of? I'm kind of neutral actually on that list of changes.
Yeah.
I think it was nice. Like, good, I guess, that they mixed it up. Some of those things I was a little bit lukewarm on, but overall, I thought they made a good decision on all those things. It was a good way to sort of switch things up relative to the original.
Yeah.
So let's talk about characters now, RK.
Characters. Oh, characters.
I got 5 noted here. We won't go through all of them quite yet. But Leon, what are your thoughts?
I mean, his personality. There was definitely like a pretty big personality change because he was going savage on Salazar. He shot him 3 times and one of them was in the head, and it's like,
yeah, and he shot like Sadler right in the eye without even like batting an eye. So that was pretty. Yeah, he was a lot more ruthless than he was.
Exactly.
He's seemed a little more happy-go-lucky in the first game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I liked him a little bit less than the original. That's my verdict. How about you?
I mean, I don't know.
Do you like the new version or?
I mean, yeah, I'd have to say I kind of like the new version.
You like the new one better?
Yeah.
All right, I guess we're in disagreement then. So Leon, RK gives him a thumbs up. I give him a little tiny bit of a thumbs down. All right, Hunnigan. New Hunnigan versus old Hunnigan.
I like the new Hunnigan.
I do too. I think she's a lot better.
The old one's face was like, she looked like a robot.
Yeah, you never liked her character model in the original one.
I didn't like her face.
Too robotic. Yeah, no, I liked the new Hunnigan a lot.
Yeah.
She actually, I felt like there was less Hunnigan than I was expecting in the game.
Yeah, there wasn't much though.
You saw her at the start, and there was a couple like radio transmissions, and you saw her at the end, but she didn't quite play as big of a role as I was expecting based on like the demo and everything. All right, next one, Ashley.
Okay.
New Ashley versus old Ashley.
I kind of like the new one better.
Yeah.
And I'm saying most of this because of like the design, like I like her new coat. I'm saying like a lot, but
you think her new coat's
I like
pretty
her
cool?
new coat.
Yeah.
And like I like how like all of it, it's like a lot more detail.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I like the new Ashley also more. She was a little bit more of a little more self-reliant, I guess.
Yeah.
She was a little bit more hardcore. She kicked a little more butt.
Yeah.
I liked her voice actress too. I'm thinking of that part where she was in that part with the knights screaming, "This sucks." And all those knights were chasing her. So
yeah.
But the old Ashley's a classic too.
Yeah.
So that one I was a little bit split on. I don't know.
Leon, help.
Maybe a little bit leaning towards the new Ashley. All right, Merchant. I know you have a strong opinion on this one.
I like the old Merchant better.
Yeah, and why? What was your reason?
Because of his voice. That is one of the things that I wish they wouldn't have changed.
Yeah, you don't like the new voice.
Yeah, I don't. I love the old one.
I agree. I like the old Merchant a lot better. I think they did an okay job, but the old one is just a classic. So I don't know if we have much more to say about the character himself. All right, and last one on this set. We got some more to talk about in a minute here, but how about Luis?
I mean, I think I'd have to say, yeah, I like the new version of him too. And I love how he sticks around longer.
Yeah, I agree too. The new version of Luis is way better. The old one was a little bit more one-dimensional. Yeah. So, and it was cool, like you said, that he gets to live for a little while longer. Yeah. That's definitely a spoiler. Sorry if you haven't played the game. But Luis survives. He's kind of your buddy for a portion of the game when Ashley's not. Yeah. And I thought that was a super cool decision to keep him alive because, the new character and his kind of backstory, his personality was cool. Yeah. So I like the whole Don Quixote aspect. Yeah. Cool. All right. Characters. That was the first batch. How about enemies? So talked a little bit villagers, the zealots, the guys in the castle, the island soldiers. We'll just kind of combine them all. Yeah. I don't know. I thought they were pretty much the same. Yeah. Overall, they were faster, like we said. They had the whole squiggle mode now, which was kind of new. Yeah, they had
the mega squigglers.
Well, that was from the first game too. There was the whole the tentacles with the blades, and then the spider heads, and then the bitey heads that would bite your head off. Oh yeah. But they had that kind of mode where they would, you have to knife them on the ground. Yeah. before they would turn. Oh, and I actually forgot to mention that on the functional changes too was the whole knife breaking thing.
Oh yeah.
So it was nice though because it gave you if a guy grabbed you, that was a good, instead of wiggling the thumbstick rapidly, you could stab him with the knife, which I guess it makes sense to me why the knife kind of had its own health bar and you could only do that so many times. So yeah, I don't know. I was kind of, again, nothing super awesome about the new enemies, like the kind of your standard enemies. How about the wolves?
Oh yeah. Why did they knock down the tower is my main question. Like how?
I'm not sure I'm convinced the wolves did that, but maybe.
Who did then? Tell me, HB, there was no one in the area. It was just the wolves.
You are kind of right. To me, they were pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
As the GameCube one. All right, here I had a note about the Plagas. The tentacly, like octopusy squid guys, spiders, and then the chompy mouth guys. I feel like you did see the latter two a lot less, especially the spiders.
Yeah.
They actually had that other kind of mode, and I don't remember this from the original, where they could like jump on guys' backs and make them super fast.
Oh.
So, which was kind of, I mean, the guys are fast enough, let alone when they had those spiders on their backs.
Yeah.
All right, last one, No Vista Doors. The bugs.
Oh, I feel like there were definitely a lot more of them.
Oh yeah, no, they played a much bigger role.
Yeah, because in the old game, like they were like mainly just in that one part. But like
the sewer.
They definitely played like a bigger role.
They were in that one other part too, where you went in that part of the castle and they kidnapped Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, way bigger. I mean, there was multiple parts in the game where they were this time. So, so yeah, I thought that was cool that they expanded the No Vista Doors.
Yeah.
A little bit. So let's talk about the plot a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe without getting too in depth. So like, if we look at the village, kind of the full village section, I mean, I think the kind of intro, like through that first battle, not a ton of changes. They did some changes, like having to go in the basement for that one, the police officer that brought you there,
and the cow,
and the killer cows.
The killer cow that tried to kill Ashley.
I forgot to add the killer cows to the enemy section. That would have been good. But yeah, interesting. I thought a couple things I noted here for like ways they kind of switch things up. Like where you met the second Dr. Salvador outside of the Big Cheese's house, where you had to like get him stuck in bear traps.
Oh,
and like have him run into those tripwires.
And like the mine carts.
I thought that was interesting. Oh, I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay.
We'll be getting there soon.
Okay. I like that part.
And then the other part I thought that was really cool was how much they expanded the lake area.
Oh yeah.
And you'd have like all that much more in the lake to explore.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool. I don't feel like Del Lago or the first El Gigante boss battle, and thank goodness the little Doge survived.
Yeah.
There was a lot of rumors beforehand he wasn't going to make it, but I feel like those are pretty much the same as like the original. Like I almost feel like Del Lago was exactly the same.
Yeah.
The cabin fight too with Luis, like didn't feel like that was all that different from the original. Like I felt like kind of was pretty faithful to the original version. Yeah, I'm trying to think then too with meeting Lewis, if there was anything. He was like in a wardrobe and now he was like in a sack. But otherwise, a kind of similar point in the game where you met him. And the last thing I wanted to call out that was definitely different was in the original there was the sort of two paths, like Bella Sisters or El Gigante, and you were just forced in the Bella Sister one. But I thought that Bella Sister fight was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I think the end of the village, right? That would have been the Big Cheese fight, right?
Yeah.
In that burning house. Which I did not like that for some reason as much as the original. I didn't like the fire closing in on you at the end. And I just did a bad job overall on that boss fight. So maybe if I played it Played it again. I'd enjoy it. And I felt like the Big Cheese just didn't have as big of a... He wasn't like as much of a presence in the game as the original.
Yeah.
There was that kind of weird part where he was like... He was sort of chasing you like the Nemesis was, you know?
Oh.
And like I think he grabbed Ashley and like jumped off a cliff or something with her when we were playing once. But yeah, I felt like he kind of showed up quickly and was gone quickly. So... All right, with that said, let's pause one more moment and talk about a couple other characters. Salazar, thoughts? New versus old?
Salazar.
AKA Salad Bar, as you like to call him.
That is my other big problem with the game. What is wrong with his hair? And now, what is up with his shirt? Now I have to use a dragon fruit for the chesting in my gacha. And that is the only time I've ever used a dragon fruit in my gacha.
Where does hat go, right?
Exactly, and where is his hat? Where is his hat? Where did it go?
I like the original Salazar better.
Exactly, yes.
He's more of a goofball.
Yeah.
Although I will say the Salazar boss battle I really enjoyed, but we'll talk about that more in a second.
Yeah.
How about Ada, new versus old?
I kind of like the new Ada better, and like
I agree.
I love her outfit.
Yep, I agree. Her outfit was definitely more practical for like a secret mission. And I thought she was a little bit more... I don't know. I guess she was this way in the original game. Like she definitely was. Like she was half kind of bad, half good. You know, helping Leon.
Yeah.
There was that sort of twist at the end. We'll talk about too. When she's leaving with the sample. But yeah, I like I'll agree. I like the new Ada more. All right, Krauser, new versus old.
Why did he have to kill Lewis though?
Yeah, that's a big spoiler. We'll talk about that too, because in the original game, Sadler kills Lewis. But let's just say that doesn't happen. I thought Krauser is pretty much the same in both games.
Wait, I remembered one thing.
Yeah, what?
About the Novistadors.
What? Yeah.
Why did they kill Mike?
Oh, that's right.
They killed Mike.
They were the ones that killed Mike. So now you really hate them forever, right?
Exactly. Why did they have to kill Mike?
Yeah,
Mike is the best.
I think I got that noted in the island part. All right, and then the last one, Sadler. What do you think about the new Sadler? With his weird hair.
Yeah, what's up with his head?
You can even call it hair. I don't even know what it is.
Like his head is all like
dinosaur spikes on his head, like King Koopa.
Did someone like explode his hair?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he kind of looks like the King Koopa from the original like '90s Super Mario movie. But I liked the new Sadler. I thought he was a little less goofy in the right ways than the original one. So I don't know. What was your final verdict, RK?
I mean,
unsure.
I mean, 50-50. I think I probably liked the first version because of the hair. Like, what is wrong? That's not even hair.
Did you ever even see his hair in the original one? Was he always wearing his? Yeah, I think you did. Maybe you did see it at some point. Maybe at the end. I don't know. All right, castle plot moving along. Catapults. Use a cannon this time. Like you can actually shoot guys with the cannons. That's kind of cool. The first Garador fight. Where you fell through the floor. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? Yeah. I like that. That was a good way to mix it up relative to where you get that prison key and you go down in that prison area on the first game. I thought that was really cool. I like that. It was kind of bumped up the horror vibes a little bit. All right, Water Room. New versus old.
It was, I mean, kind of the same, but there was no, like, the room that HagBaby would use to hide in.
Oh, yeah, they got rid of that.
Yeah, they got rid of, like,
although now it had, like, it did have, like, those, wouldn't you, like, lower, I'm trying to remember now if there was, in the new one, if there was, like, a crank or something where you lowered, like, some stairs or something in this one, which was kind of interesting. I thought it was maybe too easy, the new Water Room, because I think we beat it on our first... Or no, I shot Ashley once accidentally. But I think otherwise we beat it basically on our first try, I feel like. So, which that was a nightmare the first time you played through that in the original one. There was kind of a cool new wine cellar area where there was one of the red zealots, the Gloria a las Plagas boys.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize this till someone in the comments mentioned, like, Leon, we didn't even go into the room. So it looked like you could maybe drop like this chandelier, but we just stayed outside. And Leon kept like freaking out, and that was because that Gloria Las Plagas guy was doing his chant, and it was making the Plagas inside of Leon go crazy. So, and then instead of Ashley running away from Leon and getting trapped in like those conveniently placed metal bars.
Oh yeah.
She stabbed Leon this time. Which is kind of funny. And he gave her a hard time throughout the rest of the game. Just trying to see here in the castle anything else to call out. You met Ada, I think, earlier this time. There was the El Gigante cannon battle.
Oh yeah.
Which was kind of cool. And then the garden wolf fight with Ashley. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
because she actually had Ashley along this time.
And like, as soon as you, like, exactly when you had to leave Ashley, a bunch of guys had to come out and grab her as soon as you lowered down the thing, and then she shut the gate so you couldn't get through.
Well, there's actually a part like that later too, in like the garbage pits or whatever in the island too. But let's see, what else did I have here? Notes from things I liked from the castle. The 3 paths. It's kind of interesting, where there was the do you remember that dining room where it was like we were so confused because nothing happened?
Oh yeah.
Just to trick you. And then there was the night fight where you're like Leon had jumped down in that little arena and fight the knights.
I remember.
Then there was that one other little room that had that bridge and one of the red zealot guys. That was really challenging. There
were so many squigglers in there.
Yeah. Well, that's because that red zealot guy was doing his chant. And then Ashley gets taken again at the end of oh no, sorry. No, Ashley that goes kind of right into the Ashley part. Where she has to go down in the kind of crypts or something, and there's like way more knights this time. And they're all actually like so they chase her, and then of course, much like Ari's.
Wait, wasn't it like when you look at them they freeze or whatever?
Oh, there's that blue. There was like that blue flame that would make them freeze, which I didn't really fully understand. But there was, much like Resident Evil Village, there was a part where they were all chasing you in an elevator, just like the baby from Resident Evil Village. And then Ashley gets taken again.
Is it? That reminds me of like in the Resident Evil 4 or Village, like the Rose, like
Shadows of Rose.
Yeah, it's kind of like the part where like they're like all those creepy dolls chasing you.
Oh yeah.
And it's like whenever you look at them, they'll
you're
freeze.
Right. Yeah,
and they did chase you into an elevator.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Wait, did that happen in Shadows of Rose too?
Yeah, seriously. There were like 4 of them.
I guess they love elevators in Resident Evil games. That's
they love having things chase you into elevators.
Yeah. And then Ashley got taken again, and then there was the double Garador battle, which I thought actually was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was stressful, but I liked the way they did that.
Yeah.
The Verdugo battle. I thought that was also pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
It was very similar to the original, but they switched it up. Instead of like those liquid nitrogen containers, you would like pull the levers.
Yeah.
Although very similar, like layout and everything wise, and the way that the battle actually progressed. And then somehow I think shortly after that you met up with Lewis again, because then you did like the double El Gigante fight with Lewis. And then that kind of made its way into the mine carts.
Yeah.
Which were cool, the way they switched up the mine carts. It was much more. It was it was sort of like a rail. I mean, the other one obviously was on a rail too because it was mine carts, but it was a lot more kind of scripted, and your mine cart actually had health, which was interesting. Unlike the original, where like it would stop at places and guys would jump in. So, but yeah, I liked that. The first round, or the first kind of stretch of the mine carts, I got pretty stressed out, but by the end, I liked what they did. And then I liked what they did with the mine carts, but then what happened at the end of the mine carts to our boy Lewis? Someone killed him.
Oh, that was at the end. I forgot.
Who killed him?
Krauser.
Wasn't Salazar. Yep, Krauser killed him. I did like we said. I mean, I think Lewis had to die, but it was cool that they kept him around longer and they developed his character.
He shouldn't have
more.
died.
So yeah, it would have been cool if he would have survived till the end. And then, although Lewis actually saved Leon, I think at the end because you did this quick little sort of mini boss battle with Krauser, and Krauser was about to kill Leon. I think Lewis sort of came back from the dead and shot the knife out of his hand. So, and he finally got his smoke at the very end.
Oh.
As he was dying. So, yeah, and then I think so pretty much then the island wrapped up with climbing the clock tower and like that elevator part with like the circular kind of ramp where like the barrels and stuff go down. I think they replaced the barrels with giant spiky balls, if I recall. And then yeah, that kind of went straight into the Salazar boss battle, which I liked. I liked the new Salazar boss battle. I liked how they switched that up. You could actually like crawl around like a spider almost the whole room. It was definitely challenging. The first time we played, we died like within 5 seconds. Salazar ate us. But yeah, I was really stressed. That was probably my most stressed. Besides that, and maybe Verdugo were the two that stressed me out the most. All right, so before we talk about the island, I think we'll get through the island the fastest. What was your opinion of Lord Cadler? And I don't
like how they replaced Big Joe Pounders.
And yeah, we didn't realize this till the end, but we suspect there was can't remember what they were even called, armored soldiers or something. We called them Big Joe Pounders in the original, and we suspect that was Lord Cadler, which they brought him out way sooner because he was like in the start of the game. And also, wasn't there a version of Lord Cadler where he would just had his fists basically and he'd punch you? There's also one that had a hammer, like a big sledgehammer.
Yeah, he had like a big hammer.
So, yeah, I didn't. I thought they were kind of cool, but I was a little disappointed if that was the replacement for the Big Joey Peas.
Yeah, those were they were so good.
And I know we touched on them already. What was your thoughts on the Bella sisters?
I kind of liked them.
Yeah, you liked the new ones?
Yeah.
Garador, as we talked about too. I thought the new ones were pretty cool. I like their design. The knights, not a lot of difference on the knights. Maybe these last couple ones, these kind of mini bosses will save because they all show up on the island. So Ada picks you up in her boat again.
Yeah.
Brings you to the island.
Yeah.
Same, the very similar kind of initial area, although they added some sort of weird like laser guns now.
Yeah, those like weird like laser things.
But we also at that point, instead of JJ, we got to meet our first Oink Oink.
That's what we're calling him.
Which they were not nearly as cool as JJ, and they were way wimpier. They had this like weird like arm gun. You could like blow it up, and it would make this little mini explosion on their arm. So I don't know. They were never much of a threat.
I know, and I liked like JJ was so much cooler, and I wish they would have kept him.
Yeah. And then we got to talk about the part I feared the most. The regenerators.
Oh yeah.
I hated them in this game. They were not. I thought they were way better in the original. It was like impossible to shoot the Plagas because they would run at you.
And there was that one mega generator.
Yeah.
Like the Savage Mutt. They had all in like that one night.
With like 100. We didn't talk about that.
But they had like all of these like for Spinellas, they had like all of these like super strong enemies.
Yeah, they had these challenges that would give you Spinel. So like the Savage Mutt, like you said, and then there was like a knight you would go fight. I can't remember what he's called. And then the like super regenerator, which had probably at least 10 Plagas.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and then there was the room with 4 of them in it.
Oh gosh, yeah, the incubation lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved the regenerators in the original game. I actually did not enjoy. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get better at like aiming with the PlayStation controller, but I really disliked that part. Got Ashley back pretty much in the same area. Thankfully, they left in the crazy guy in that jumped out of like the oven or whatever on fire screaming to scare the heck out of you. That part, they couldn't resist leaving that in. And then yeah, the spiky regenerators. I think they're called like Iron Maidens or something. Those were even worse.
Oh.
Because they could it seemed like they could shoot their spikes.
Yeah.
And I never quite understood that. And And yeah, there was like RK was saying earlier in the like garden courtyard area, there was a part they kind of replaced the whole garbage collection area with this part where like Ashley had to hold a bridge up or something.
Oh,
and there was some
yeah.
regenerators down there too, the spiky ones.
Mm-hmm.
That part was stressful. And of course, conveniently, a bunch of guys come to get her right when you're like on the other side of the fence. So
Yup.
But this time, Ashley didn't drive a bulldozer. She drove a giant, like a wrecking ball machine.
Yeah.
Lou said she must have a summer job in like the construction industry or something. But that part was fun. I did like that part.
No, she said that like she said something about driver's ed.
Oh yeah, driver's ed. That's they taught her how to drive a crane in driver's ed. And then, man, don't you lose Ashley again somehow there? Because like the Krauser battle, she's not around. The final one.
Oh yeah.
So maybe that's where she. Oh yeah. Because that. No. How does that? Oh, that's the part where she's like gonna. There's those two people with the like white robes, and she shoots the two of them, and she's gonna shoot Leon, but the gun is empty. Do you remember that? And then she walks away with Sadler. And that's actually the first time you meet Sadler. Which is crazy because in the original game you meet him in the church.
Oh yeah,
right
which is like at the very
Ashley.
beginning.
Yeah. And then, yeah, of course, the Krauser boss battle, which I thought was really cool. I liked what they did with that.
Wait, and like the people in the ropes, how do they breathe in those things?
Yeah.
It's like they have like it wrapped all around their face and there's like no eye or nose or mouth hole.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty miserable outfit. Krauser boss battle, I like that. I like that they removed the 30-second bomb thing at the end.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is always kind of cheap. I like that they removed most of like the weird little drones and little robots that would shoot you.
Yeah.
I like the whole like knife parrying mechanic. That was cool. And that went straight then into of course, the mic part.
The mic part.
Which I thought was good.
I was hoping he would survive this time,
Yeah,
but the
sadly.
people just had to kill him.
Sadly, he still knew a good bar, but he didn't survive. And then, yeah, kind of oddly, they switched up the part where Leon gets Ada back, or excuse me, where Leon gets Ashley back, and Ada like helps Leon. It's like in a weird cave instead of in like a lab thing this time. But then there was Plagas removal. That was pretty much the same. And then the Sadler boss battle, which I thought was maybe a little too easy again. I didn't die once. I took a long time even trying to figure out what to do. But that was very similar to the original one too.
Yeah.
Like I felt like the only weird thing was when he jumped up on that like tower and all the Novista doors came buzzing around.
Oh yeah.
Which was a little bit strange. But yeah, so took out Sadler. There was that kind of weird part where you were just like shooting a big yellow circle. And then Ada threw you the rocket launcher. Which I still don't I rewatched that and I didn't really quite get what was happening. But then yeah, jet ski escape. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I liked what they did there.
Yeah.
That was fun. And then Ashley still had her "it's gonna what" line. And then yeah, Epilogue was interesting. They showed Wesker sort of for the first time in the remake. So if you don't count the original like GameCube remake of Resident Evil 1. And yeah, Ada like seemed to have a change of heart at the end and had the helicopter turn around, which was I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen in the original game.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall like plot wise, stuck pretty close. I thought they like kind of switched up the right parts to throw something new at you. If you played the heck out of the first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall good. So like what was your favorite boss, RK?
I don't know.
You don't know? I think mine was I liked the new Salazar battle the best.
That was like kind of cool, but like it was hard.
Yeah. I like the amount that they switched up. Oh, and the one boss they didn't have the U3.
Yeah, like what did they do with him?
Centipede guy that was kind of sad he didn't make it in.
Yeah, like what happened to him?
Yeah, RK mentioned this earlier, like with the vicious mutt and the regenerators, there was some interesting challenges
it was the
they added.
savage mutt.
What did I say?
Vicious mutt.
Vicious mutt. There was like rat hunts, which were a little bit tedious.
Yeah.
And a lot more blue medallions.
Oh yeah.
To get.
There was like blue medallions 1, blue medallions 2, blue medallions 3.
Yeah.
Why are there so many?
Yeah, and I'll say too, like the last thing I wanted to note too, before we wrap it up, like weapons wise, pretty much the same weapons.
Yeah.
They added that bolt thrower, which was I think kind of a replacement for the mine thrower.
Oh yeah.
And I liked that. I liked the attachable mines. That was cool. I didn't quite like the upgrade paths for the weapons as much as the original game. Like I felt like it wasn't quite as satisfying. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, most of the weapons were almost exactly the same. You had to reload every single bullet one by one instead of where like in the first game they kind of had a little bit of a shortcut. Talk about the knife breaking, repairing your knife. I had to do something similar with body armor. That was kind of interesting. And yeah, I was always out of ammo. I felt like I never had enough ammo in the game, unlike the original.
And like you had so much in the original.
Yeah. So, but yeah, overall, I think weapons. I'd give what the weapons changes mostly a thumbs up. Overall. All right, RK. Let's throw in the final review.
Okay.
What'd you think? What do you give out of 10 the original GameCube version? I give that a 10 out of 10, but that's just me.
Yeah, probably 10 out of 10.
All right, so what's your final verdict for the remake?
I mean, the remake was pretty good. I actually really liked it, so I think I'd have to give it I'll give it a 9.4.
Ooh, nice. That's a high score.
Yeah, pretty high.
So you did I'd probably give it a 9. So.
Yeah.
So I'd give it an A.
It definitely
give a solid A.
I did not think it would get better. I did not think it would get better than the original, but it definitely exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, me too, for sure. I had impossibly high expectations, and they definitely met them. I'd say. I think a lot of other people reviews. I thought people actually gave it too high of reviews. I think they did an amazing job, and I don't think they could have done almost any better, given how amazing the first one is.
Yeah.
But honestly, I like the first one better. Still, I'm gonna be a purist there and say,
yeah, I like the first one better.
Yeah. The original one is just too good, too perfect.
And there's the parts that are so funny.
Yeah, the campiness. And I thought they did an okay job retaining some of that. Lewis was still kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Salazar was still goofy. Still had a little bit of sort of that action movie feel. You know, Leon had some hilarious Arnold Schwarzenegger lines, something I can't remember, at the end he's like, "How is this for a holy body?" He stabs that thing into Salazar's eye. Which is pretty hilarious. But yeah. Overall, loved it. Definitely going to replay it. I just don't know if I don't know. Maybe if I play it again, it'll grow on me more and could equal the original. But for now, I'm all about the original.
The original.
But so RK gave it a 9.4. I gave it a 9. So still solid scores, but yeah, not quite topping GameCube original from 2005. So, well, should we leave it there, RK? We talked a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if we missed anything critical.
I don't think so.
We covered almost everything. So, but yeah, if you enjoyed this review, give us a thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
This is our first review we've ever done. You give us a thumbs up, maybe we'll do more.
Yeah.
Leave us a comment. Tell us what you thought about Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Oh yeah.
If you liked it more than the original.
Yeah.
Who your favorite boss is. What things they changed up that made you happy or sad. Share it with a friend. Consider subscribing, and most importantly, come back soon for something new. I'm HagBaby.
I'm Riley Kitty.
And we'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.